All right, folks, welcome back to Starladder Season 7, Day 10 here on Dota Radio. Oh, we've got our third match of the day coming up. Fnatic versus Kaipi, the hyped match of the day, is going to be underway. We have had some crazy matches so far, two very long ones, and based on just the hype around this match, I think we very well may see this be a long one as well. Fnatic facing off against Kaipi. I am pumped. APOC, buddy, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing great. I really am excited about this game. I see that Fnatic, their first ban is gonna be thrown at the Wisp. So Fly is gonna ban that Wisp. There's not gonna be any teleportation shenanigans with anyone. And Kaipi are gonna ban the Keeper of the Light and the Anti-Mage. So that's one of the things that I've heard on at the international when Kaipi was when the Eternal Envy was being interviewed. I think no, it wasn't the Eternal Envy. I think it was Puppy that was being interviewed at the international too. So the big thing was he said that there are options that can be made in when you're banning, and you can just ban certain amount of OP heroes. OP, I'm quoting OP because they're not really overpowered, but they're really strong.
Right.
So you can opt to just ban heroes that are not that strong and leave a lot of overpowered or strong heroes on the board, so both teams can pick them up. And I think that was what Eternal Envy is just going for here. He banned the Keeper of the Light and the Anti-Mage, and he picked his Naga Siren. Again, man, Naga Siren, first pick material.
Yeah, seriously, this is now the fourth game in a row that we've broadcasted, a mixture of Starladder as well as the MLG Online qualifiers last night. Both of those first two matches, Naga Siren was first picked. So here again, Naga Siren, it was a bit of a surprise to both of us, but she is first pick material nonetheless. Fnatic now going to have the opportunity to grab their first two heroes, and Weaver Visage. Hey man, this draft looks familiar. We saw something just like this in the last match. I think Weaver and Visage, both heroes that need no introduction. Oh my gosh. You know, Shikuchi is just, it's next level. And I saw in that last match, Rubik going up against the Weaver, going toe-to-toe, and it's just when it looks like Weaver is going to kill him, he steals a Shikuchi and runs away and just goes, how do you like that, you asshole? A taste your own medicine. Ah.
That was really awesome, man.
I like
And Fnatic also banned the Batrider in second place, so I forgot to mention that. So there's not going to be any Batriders. I'm not sure if people are going to keep banning Keeper of the Light and Anti-Mage and picking Naga Siren in the closest future if Weaver proves to be as efficient as he's been proving to be.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be leaving a ban for a Weaver early on in the next game that are up to come. I think someone got to learn his lesson and not to leave Weaver running around. I'm not sure about Eternal Envy. Probably he has the confidence and they know that they can counter it. I would really like to see Barathum here. I mean, the Space Cow from space.
Space Cow, yeah, cruising in there. I saw yesterday, Bruno just tweeted, that's a fine-looking space cow, and it was this ridiculous picture of a cow with a space helmet, and I was just like, oh, Spirit Breaker, you crazy cow. Look at you. Kaipi going to grab Gyrocopter as their third pick here to go their Naga Siren against the Weaver and Visage of Fnatic. Almost wanted to say Fnatic raid call right there. So Gyrocopter going to have a showing. And we've seen him banned a couple times in the last few matches. Actually, he might have been banned in both matches, but we have not seen him play today, so that's always exciting. Gyrocopter, always a good choice. He can get out of control just as well as that Weaver can.
And that's going to be Eternal Envy on the Gyrocopter. I'm sure of it. I've never seen I was gonna say that he was called Beaver Knight, but that's Sing Sing. I've never seen Sing Sing playing a Gyrocopter mid lane, so that's probably Eternal Envy. He's going to be farming that a lot. And they're going to go ahead and ban Shadow Fiend. I've seen Sing Sing playing a lot of Shadow Fiend. I'm not sure why they banned Shadow Fiend. Probably they've seen Hani or No Tail playing the Shadow Fiend mid lane. Or even Era on the safe lane. I've seen Era playing the Shadow Fiend pretty well.
Yep. You're exactly right. Actually, both these teams really like Shadow Fiend here. Both Sing Sing and No Tail, like you just said, actually. You took the words right out of my mouth. So I guess Kaipi's saying, hey, we don't want to work Shadow Fiend into this roster, so we're just going to take him off the field. Third ban coming out from Fnatic is going to be Darkseer, and again, he hasn't been the most popular ban. We've seen him picked up a couple times. Teams are kind of hit or miss. We see him banned maybe 40-50% of the time, and in that match did cast the other day with Fnatic, we saw them. I want to say they banned out the Darkseer, but now that I say it out loud, he may have been picked. But yeah, just a slightly different ban, still a very worthy ban indeed.
Yeah, I think that Fnatic can pick up a bounty hunter here. if they, for the last pick, and if he doesn't get any banned or something like that, because the bounty hunter would be really great instead of the Darkseer that they just banned, because Darkseer is a hero that manages to accomplish a really great farm on the offlane. He can actually be really really annoying in the team fights. But he's not a really driving force per se. He can't really kill anyone or everyone. He can just misplace them. He can control the team fight somewhat, but he's not really a killer force out there. He's really strong, but he's not a killer force. And I think that Bounty Hunter would be a really great pick for the Weaver and the Visage with that minus armor, with track gold, with Grave Chill. I think that it would be pretty awesome if the Weaver would be in a safe lane situation and had a bounty hunter. I haven't seen a bounty hunter in a long time. I really want to see that.
I saw a bounty hunter pickup last night in the MLG online qualifiers, but you're right, we have really yet to see one in Starladder, and I think that could work very nicely here. I like the bounty hunter in the offlane. He plays that role so well. He's hard to shut down without the detection early on, and he buffs up that team gold. Track is an amazing ability, and it does work well to counter any sort of invisible heroes about the map as well. Of course, it does reveal heroes like Weaver and all those other sneaky snakes that creep around invisible. So here you go, and I can't believe we haven't brought this up now. We've had 8 bans, and Outworld Devourer makes it as the 5th pick of the match. He's going to go with Visage and Weaver there for the side of Fnatic. So they're going to grab the Outworld Devourer, and I'm shocked that he hasn't been banned yet.
Yeah, I think they were baited into that. I think Puck hasn't been banned or picked yet, so I think that Kaipi knows really well how Fnatic plays, and they know that Hani really likes to play that OD. And we're gonna see a Mirana, man. Mirana. I'm gonna see a Sing Sing or probably a Palai Die. Probably a Bone 7 or Palai Die Mirana. Probably some sort of a support Mirana, roaming Mirana. I'm not sure they're gonna see a Sing Sing playing Mirana. I would really love to, because Mirana is one of my favorite heroes and Sing Sing one of my favorite players. So, but I'm not sure that's gonna happen. But Mirana is really awesome, and I really love to see her. And yeah, we're gonna see her here being played by someone on the Kaipi.
Yeah, exactly right. A Bane is still a hero that's on the board, and I always think about that Mirana-Bane combo. Use that Nightmare to put him to sleep. Mirana can line up the easiest arrows of her life, and that could, be a way to win a tri-lane, perhaps.
Shadow Demon is also really strong with the Mirana. When he disrupts and just uses his amplified damage, he can cause really big issues to Fnatic. So.
Yep, no, that's exactly right here. So, 4th pick now in the hands of Fnatic. They're going to break into that reserve time. Only about 15 seconds left or so until they have to make a choice, and there it is. Abaddon now going to be the 4th pick for Fnatic. They've got a scary roster. They have a lineup that are all first ban worthy heroes, in my opinion. Visage, Weaver, Outworld Devourer, and Abaddon. The dark purple roster here for Team Fnatic. We'll see what they do with that last pickup in just a moment. But first, the 4th pick for Kaipi, now going to be underway. What are they going to grab to complement that Mirana, Gyrocopter, and Naga Siren? Sky's the limit. Still a lot of options on the board here for Kaipi.
Speaking about Abaddon, man, we have seen that a lot of teams have first picked or first banned Abaddon. And here he is picked as the 7th hero. I mean, both teams have picked 3 heroes, and the 4th hero for Fnatic is going to be picked by Abaddon. And we're going to see a Kunkka
yes! Alright!
For Sing Sing. And probably there's going to be a Shadow Demon on the field also. So they really like to pair Kunkka with the Shadow Demon, so he can disrupt someone, amplify the damage, and Kunkka can land his torrent and finish it with a Timebringer. I've seen Sing Sing play a Kunkka with a Blink Dagger and with Daedalus and with a Rapier. So he would just use he would use X Max the spot on himself. He would blink in front of the creep along side in front, and he would just smash the creep wave and kill 2 heroes with that, and just blink back because of the X Max the spot.
Oh my
god. That's how great he is on the Kunkka. I don't see anyone playing Kunkka except
Sing
except
Sing.
him.
Except the mighty Sing Sing.
on the
Well,
professional scene. And the Bane is going to be the last ban from Fnatic.
yep, Fnatic can throw the Bane out, so again, Bane would work very nicely with this roster, and we'll see if the Shadow Demon becomes a reality here. 5th ban on the way for Kaipi here as they break into their about 25 seconds of remaining reserve time, and their last ban will be on a Lifestealer. I am so excited to see a Kunkka. He's one of my favorite heroes to play and one of my worst heroes to play as well. We rarely get to see him on the competitive scene. Nothing better than seeing that boat come flying by. Oh god, folks, it's going to be one hell of a match. 5th pick for Fnatic. What are they going to grab, though, to complement their Abaddon, Outworld Devourer, Visage, and Weaver? Only time will tell. 30 seconds left before they have to get executive. I imagine they're... Well, I don't know what they want here. They really need an offlaner for the most part. They've got the tri-lane set up with Weaver. As you mentioned, the Bounty Hunter's still an option. Fnatic very well could pick him up here.
They can also pick a hero to go into the tri-lane, and the Weaver can go offlane also.
Yep, that's possible
So
as well.
that's one of the possibilities here. But I think that was a really great ban here for the Lifestealer. I think they banned the Lifestealer and that they threw a curveball, and that was one of the things that I was thinking. It was 3 seconds remaining on the reserve time for the Fnatic, because they actually, I think that they wanted the Lifestealer. I don't think that they wanted to put Hani playing on the Storm Spirit or the Outworld Devourer. They really wanted to put him on the Outworld. I mean, they really wanted to put him on the Outworld Devourer, not on the Storm Spirit. So Era was probably the guy meant to play his Lifestealer. And something really interesting here. We're gonna see something different coming from Fnatic. We've seen them rotating a lot of the players playing as support. I've seen Hani playing 2 games yesterday with a Nyx support and No-Tail being on that middle lane. So there's going to be something different here in this Fnatic lineup. We're going to see Era playing an Outworld Devourer probably, or a Stone Spirit. We've seen Trixie being the hard carry for Fnatic. That's one of the things that I really like about Fnatic.
Yep, they are definitely very versatile. And
always Enchantress. Always going to be playing that Enchantress for sure.
That is so exciting. We've seen maybe 1 Enchantress so far, I think.
Yeah.
So that is really awesome, though. We don't get to see Enchantress so often, and she is so aggressive in that early game. Oh, I just love seeing some Enchantress action. Again, man, seeing these rosters, man, I've got a mental erection the size of a meter stick. This is absolutely incredible. We're going to get to see Kunkka and Mirana on the for the first time here. And you're right, it is going to be Era playing the Storm Spirit, so this is going to be fascinating.
Yeah, they're tingling our pleasure glands.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are. So we're going to load in here, guys, and I'm not even going to predict how these lanes are going to settle down because, as you mentioned, I know Fnatic is a team known for that versatility. In point in case, their first match of Starladder Season 7, they did a Wisp solo mid against an Outworld Devourer. So trying to predict what Fnatic is going to do with those lanes is seemingly impossible at times, as they do often throw those curveballs at us and catch both casters as well as opponents off guard. And we'll see how this settles down. No-Tail going to be the one playing on the Outworld Devourer here for Team Fnatic on our dire side. He's headed to the top lane. Hani in hot support here on the Abaddon as he heads to the top lane as well. At present, Era headed to the top. Looks like they're all headed to the top. All right, we're going to have a 5-man choo-choo train headed up to the top lane. So we'll see how they settle down with the lane shuffle. Looks like, we're going to move into a pause here by our Radiant side. Hopefully everything's okay for Kaipi.
Yeah, I think the Outworld Devourer is going to be middle because he just bought a Null Talisman.
Oh, okay.
And Era just bought a Ring of Protection, so he's probably building into Ring of Basilius or going for Tranquil Boots to have some regen. I think this build of his is going to be for laning Storm Spirit. He's not rushing any bottles. He's going for stats heavy Storm Spirit. No-Tail probably is going to grab that middle lane, and we can see again Hani is playing again the support here for Fnatic.
Yep.
So probably that they've been trying around with Hani.
So, we got a situation. Kaipi asking for a 7-minute pause, an oddly specific amount of time. Very unfortunate. What could have happened? A situation. Treachery is afoot here. So, all right, folks, we may be stuck in a long pause, so we'll do our best to fill, but our apologies if this takes 5-10 minutes. What are you going to do? Maybe Sing Sing's mouse broke.
No, I think that was... Yeah, Casper is just asking what's happening, but I think I think it's gyrocopters. I think it's Eternal Envy. Some Japanese problems, probably.
Uh-oh. Well, what
We got
he
a
said.
situation.
We got a situation. That's not very specific.
Got this tracking he has to fix. Huh. That's
Bone-
not really
yeah.
very specific. But
Bone
we're gonna
7,
see
we
Bone
got a
7.
weird situation that he has to fix. That's what we're paused for. So who knows what that could be?
Yeah. Feel like he's being invaded by ninjas. That's why he doesn't want to be specific, because it would sound really
Be embarrassing. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to refill my water and use the facilities. So, you got 2 minutes to yourself here, man.
Dude, that's scary. That's really scary. I want to just use this 2 minutes to thank everybody that's tuning in. We really appreciate you, you guys. And there was a guy on Reddit, I think, that was saying that we were creating our own threads on Dota Radio. No, actually, we haven't created any single thread on Dota Radio. It's just being you guys, the community, the support. We really appreciate it, and we haven't found so much love since, I don't know, for a long, long time. So we really appreciate it. Keep it up, guys. You're the driving force of this radio. So if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. And not that actually we wouldn't be here, because we probably would be doing this. We were not doing this for the money. We're just doing it for funsies and to help the community out. We really like Dota, and that's the thing that we're passionate about. So thank you for that, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying what we're doing here. Pile Die is going to grab on the Kaipi. I can go through the rosters while this is happening. So Kaipi will have Pile Die on the support role than Naga Siren. He has an Observer Ward instead of Sentry Wards. He has bought a pair of Tangos, just Tango, and a stack of Tangos and a Clarity Potion. And here we can have Eternal Envy in the Radiant Jungle with... he has bought an early Boots of Speed, so that's really interesting. He has bought Boots of Speed, Healing Salve, and a Tango. Aoi is going to be playing that Enchantress, as we said. He pulled some regeneration towards someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has pulled something to... Yeah, he has pulled to Kunkka, a Salve to the Kunkka and the Tango. So Sing Sing just bought a Quelling Blade, South Shield, and he has 2 sets of Healing Salves. Wow. and a Tango. And Bone Sever bought 2 Tangos, 4 Iron Branches, and 1 Circlet. So he's one tanky Mirana for early game.
Interesting, the Grey Boots 1 Clarity Potion opening build on Hani. That's an interesting one.
And look at Abaddon. He has Grey Boots also. This is
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Abaddon.
Boots, man.
I was talking about Abaddon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's really strange. This is a Grey Boots game, man. I don't know.
So hopefully they reserve this issue. I'm wondering, what could it possibly be? Like, my dog ran away. My cat caught on fire. Somebody burned their toaster strudel, and the house is filled with smoke.
Yeah, something that wouldn't actually sound really believable. That's why probably they're not saying what it is.
Yeah, probably something weird. So time will tell here, folks. I hope we get into it. I'm getting antsy. I'm getting hungry, too. That's my problem. I've been making these fruit smoothies for breakfast, and I'll tell you what, man, they're great. But have you ever noticed when you eat breakfast, you end up being hungrier than if you just don't eat at all? You ever notice that? And I think that's because it starts your metabolism, so if you don't eat, it's like real bad for your metabolism. But, like, dude, I am more hungry today, and I have eaten more today by this hour than I do on most days. So I don't...
That depends on the breakfast that you take, so...
High fiber fruit, man.
If you eat something intensive like with carbohydrates,
Mm-hmm.
Bananas and such like that, and stuff like that, or potatoes for breakfast, you probably feel a lot fuller than
Potatoes.
the smoothies that you're doing.
Dude,
I don't know.
The smoothies are like 100% fruit with a little bit of coconut milk. It's
yeah,
just
but
like,
what fruit are you putting in?
Mixture. Today I did banana, pineapple, blueberry, and...
Yeah, you have bananas, so if you have a banana, that should be good.
Well, I also had it, I guess it's about time to be hungry. I had it at like 9 o'clock this morning, and it's like 2, so I guess I should be hungry.
Then, dude, it's not about the breakfast. Believe me, it's not about the content.
I got up early today.
Yeah, it's because of the banana. That's why you're not you weren't as hungry 2 hours ago as you are now.
Banana.
If you didn't have the banana, you'd probably be dying here right now.
I like bananas.
Do you know one of the really bad fruits that you can have?
Bad in what way?
It's bad for your health.
I can't think of any fruit that's bad for me. Star fruit, maybe?
No.
Look at
Grape.
Hani. Hani says, it's okay, we take the free win. I talked to Vilat. Are they going to get a free win here, or is he just joking?
No, he's just trolling around.
It's hard to tell, man.
Grape is really bad for you.
Grapes? No way. Why? What's so bad about them?
Full of sugar.
Ah.
Even if it's fructose, it's one of the worst fruits that you can eat. It's full of sugar.
Well, that's probably right, because I know one of the things about fruit that even though they have a lot of sugar, what makes it better is that there's a lot of fiber, so you break down the sugar better than just eating something like a candy bar that's straight sugar. So I guess,
but that really depends on the fruit.
yeah, but grapes are low fiber and high sugar, so it's just like eating candy. So they really are nature's candy. I've heard people say that, but I guess that saying does actually have some thrust behind it.
True. Yeah. Every single saying that people have, like old people have, has some truth behind it, and that's really really true.
Gotta shut the windows. There's lawn people here, and their lawnmowers are like the equivalent of your fire trucks.
No, not really. My fire trucks, I can't really hear you when they're...
The fire trucks are a little louder, but I can hear the buzzing.
The thing is, it's not really fire trucks. It's a thing that looks like we're having a crisis, a zombie crisis here. It's this really big, loud
is it like an
siren
ambulance
or something. No, man, it's a siren or something.
It's just a siren.
Really,
it's just like, we've got an emergency,
really
folks.
Loud siren, yeah.
Everyone
and
get
then
ready.
And then they have the ambulance and the fire trucks. They're calling every single firefighter there here in the town to go there and fight for them.
Oh, those crazy Portuguese folks. The Portugalians.
Portugalians.
Oh, man. So we are still stuck in this pause, folks. We will have Kaipi versus Fnatic coming up, hopefully. Hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed. Who knows? I mean, I don't know what the rules are with Starladder. I reckon there's some sort of a rule where they can't pause indefinitely here. We see Casper with the explanation points. Pylai Die says, almost.
We take a free win. I talked to Vilat.
I talked to Vilat. Oh, honey. Casper, I was looking for you at TI. Oh. Hani trying to make some new friends.
I don't know, man. There was a really, really hot girl when he was being interviewed. Did you see that interview with him and Melk?
Hani?
Yeah, Hani and Melk were being interviewed at TI3. They were being interviewed at this really big chill out spot for the TI attendees, and there was a really hot girl behind them. They were being interviewed because they're really Dota 1 all-star players because they were in MYM together, and Hani was just bugging Melk to be in the team just to try out the game or something. He was constantly PMing him and spamming him. Please let me play. Please let me join you. I'm good. And then they just let him play one game as a support, and he really impressed them. And then they let him play one game in the middle role because he was again being really annoying, and he just blew their minds away.
Sounds like something Hani would do.
Yeah, he was really young at the time. I think he was 14 or something like that. 14 or 15.
I mean, he's a pretty young guy. I mean, he's older now, but he's
21, I think.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, and he's not really that old right now. Yeah, he's only 21. So Hani was one of those guys. He's sort of like that guy Zai from Han that was supposed to be playing on Stay Free. He's like, first time he won DreamHack, he was like 14 or 15. It's like, Jesus. Dude.
Yeah, Era, the first time he won DreamHack, he was 15 also, or 16.
Dude,
so Era's pretty young. I think Era is 19 or 20 right now.
I couldn't imagine being in high school and just like coming back from DreamHack being like, yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, I just won like $6,000, my cut, winning the tournament that we got flown to for free. Like, if I was said that in my high school, man, I would have been the coolest kid ever. They would have been like, whoa, Video games are cool. You're awesome. Wow. Yeah, go high
That
school.
sounds so retarded.
That's my voice for how everybody talked in high school. I don't know. We'll see. But folks, we have an unpause. So here we are at the well, we're not even at the 0-minute mark now. We're still counting down here in our last game of the day. Kaipi facing off against Team Fnatic. So.
Bone 7 seems AFK, man. Oh no, he's here. He's there.
So, yeah, let's see how these lanes will set it out. Looks like Kaipi has at least figured out how they want to lane it. Now let's break it down here. I think we went over this during the pause, but we'll do it again for all y'all live viewers there. Eternal Envy going to be the one playing the Gyrocopter. It looks like he's going to be in the bottom lane for the Radiant side, which will, of course, be Team Kaipi. Pylai Dai going to be the one playing the Naga Siren. Looks like he'll be in the bottom lane as well. And then they've got their quote-unquote stand-in, Aoi 2000, going to be in the jungle on the Enchantress on the Radiant side of the map. In the mid lane, that does leave us with a Beaver Knight, a.k.a. Mr. Sing Sing, going to be playing his signature Kunkka in the mid lane solo. And that leaves Bone 7 on the Mirana for the solo top lane. That's right, we're going to have a solo Mirana in the off lane for Team Kaipi on our Radiant side. Fnatic doing something a little bit different here. They're going to have Trixie on the Weaver down in the long lane. Going to be doing a suicide Weaver right now. And I think Trixie will find it will be quite the challenge. In the mid lane, we do have solo No-Tail on the Outworld Devourer. At present, Hani is on the Abaddon, sort of supporting about the mid lane, helping out No-Tail. But I imagine he will be moving to that top lane in sort of a pseudo-try. That leaves in the top lane, that means in the top lane, we have remaining Fly, going to be flying around the map on his Visage, and we do have Era, going to be playing the Storm Spirit in the top lane, and let me shut my door there. Oh, the symphony of barking will ensue. Yes, indeed, the puppies, maybe they're barking at the guy on the lawnmower driving by the window. Oh, get him, he's on a lawnmower, oh man, the life of a dog, oh Jesus. So, those are our rosters.
You can see that the Kunkka just used the torrent there just to harass No-Tail. Nobody actually uses level 1 torrent like this, but if you're facing an Outworld Devourer, you might as well just use the torrent if you know that it's going to hit, because you're not going to be able to use the torrent anymore in the lane, at least for the next 5 minutes.
Yep. Nope.
So
exactly right.
He's gonna be harassing that No-Tail with Tidebringer, so that's gonna be his life. This is one of the choices that you have when you're playing against an OD. You need to have a hero that has an ability that can harass without wasting any mana. So Kunkka.
Yep, exactly right. Kunkka going to be an option here, and he's doing quite well with that Tidebringer to start things off. Right now, the creep scores are looking at 7-2 on the Kunkka and 7-3 on the Outworld Devourer. So it is dead even in terms of farm, and I think Kunkka getting the better of the harassment. No-Tail forced to use that first healing salve, left with only one Tango remaining. Sing Sing still has both of his healing salves and one Tango remaining as well. So you can see which way that harass difference is going here. And those first bottles will be coming out momentarily here as these heroes hit that 600 gold mark. And the other lanes, off-lane Mirana being played by Bone 7 here. That's pretty interesting. We don't see Mirana too often, in particular in that off-lane. He's going to be going toe-to-toe with Era on the Storm Spirit, who of course will have support from the Visage, who's moving about the jungle. But I don't know. Bone 7 not farming at all right now. He's 0-1 in terms of last hits and denies, so just has but 1 deny. And actually going to take a lot of harassment from Fly. He's getting completely boxed out. The problem is Mirana doesn't have the option like Furion or a Darkseer does just to move into the jungle to pick up some of that XP and farm. What's a Bone 7 to do in a situation like this?
What's his to do? He has to buy a Quelling Blade and go stack Ancients and kill the Ancients from across the river.
Oh, Bone 7 gonna get dove on in the top lane. That's gonna be an easy kill coming out for Fnatic's Fly on the Visage. Him and Era gonna dive that tier 1 tower, 1 Electric Vortex, and that'll be enough to secure the first kill of the game on the long lane Mirana. So Bone 7 off to that rough start. They're going to push into the tower here. Are they going to dive again? Era wants to go for it. He's got the Vortex up. Mirana, only level 2, does have a leap, so should be able to get away here even if Era does opt to use that Vortex. And, yeah, that's going to be the end of the action up in the top lane. So in the mid again, ooh, it looks like Sing Sing almost able to secure a kill on that Outworld Devourer. He does now have a bottle, going to land yet another torrent here. No-Tail with about 150 hit points is going to be forced to back up. And does go Tranquil Boots first, so a slightly different build. No early bottle on the Outworld Devourer. He is going to go for the fast Tranquil Boots, while the level 5 Kunkka, being played by Sing Sing, will have a bottle, which is being crowed back and forth as we speak.
Yeah, Kuka is actually a really good pick against the Outworld Devourer. I haven't thought of that before, and yet he is just wasting another torrent. He knows that he probably won't land it, but he might as well use it because he's not going to have the mana to use it. On the top lane, we had that first blood, and we had the electric vortex and that dive by Era and by Fly because they knew that Bone 7 didn't go for that early leap, for the level 1 leap. He went for the Sacred Arrow because they have a little skirmish there for the top rune, and they saw that he had the arrow, so they took advantage of that. Now that he has a leap, they will be a lot more careful about that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely exactly right. The leap does make Mirana a little bit more mobile, have a little bit more survivability as well. Let's see how this bottom lane is doing. Right now on our Radiant side, Gyrocopter is leading the way in farm. He is 27 and 12 on those last hits against the 12 and 2 Weaver. So Trixie's struggling a little bit, but that's about what we would expect in this off lane. He does have the Boots of Speed as well as his Ring of Basilius already, and he is pushed up kind of far. There is a Radiant Sentry Ward down here in the middle of the lane, so Trixie definitely needs to be careful. If they come his way, he is pushed up past the river, and they will be able to scout him out. Hani is down here, though, so it's sort of a duo lane down here in the off lane. Hani is still level 1 on the Abaddon, level 1 a Photic Shield, so we'll be able to help out the Weaver here. Yep, they're going to try and do something to the Weaver. Pylai Die going to come in, will connect with an Ensnare, but the Photic Shield going to cleanse it off very easily, and Weaver will be able to just walk away safely. So Hani not doing much so far, doing that position 5 role, still level 1, trying not to take any experience, and just being overall helpful. It appears the level 1 Boots of Speed working out for him as he's been all over the map. We've seen him in all 3 lanes already here as we approach the 6-minute mark in our last match of the day.
Is some rotation, I mean some mentality change happening? Because I've seen in every single game that we've casted some sort of a 2-1-2 happening.
Yeah,
that's
has been
one of the things that yeah, that's been a trend. I think that's one thing to keep in mind in the next games that are going to happen in the most important tournaments and stuff. Because 2-1-2 is actually a fairly good good choice of laning here, because you need to give some experience to the supports. You can't really sacrifice him as much as you would be on a trialing situation.
Yep, that's definitely true. And in the mid lane here, we could see something heat up. Mirana going to come around the back and is going to connect with a big arrow onto No Tail. There's the boat from Kuka. The Aphotic Shield going to be used. The Astral Imprisonment going to be used as well. And No Tail will indeed dodge the first ghost ship to come out. Very nicely done by Fnatic right there. Hani worth his weight in gold right now, but No Tail making the big plays. While that was happening in the bottom lane, Weaver going to get taken out. Naga Siren going to grab that last hit. Looks like just a case of the 2v1. Naga Siren Gyrocopter versus the Weaver. They do have a Sentry Ward down, so the underleveled Trixie unfortunately couldn't get away. But wow, talk about that ghost ship, man. So well done by No Tail to get that Astral Imprisonment off at the last moment and avoid all that damage.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that Sing Sing misplayed there. I think he should have gone for a Torrent instead of a ghost ship. But he only has a level 2 Torrent, so they knew that wouldn't be that much of a damage dealer. But if he went for a Torrent, he would almost for sure secure that kill on No Tail. The thing is, the ghost ship took such a long time to actually land that No Tail was able to get out of the stun and actually imprison himself.
Yep.
Oh, top lane.
Yep, up in the top lane, a smoked up Naga Siren going to move up here, going to connect with the Naga Siren ulti. Storm Spirit and Fly both going to get caught, pardon me. Mirana going to be able to connect an easy arrow onto the Storm Spirit. That's going to be a kill, and now Fly in big trouble as Enchantress moves to the top. A couple of impetus throws, yep, and that's going to be it. So that's going to be 2 easy kills for Team Kaipi in the top lane. Mirana going to grab one, and Enchantress going to grab the other. So Bone 7 getting a little bit of recovery farm there. Does now have his gray boots and about 700 gold in the bank. So that is good news for him, as he hasn't been able to get much farm here in this off lane. So a nice smoke gank in the top, really utilizing that Naga Siren ulti well. She's now level 7, but pretty much as soon as she hit level 6, they moved up top and set up a kill with it. We didn't talk about the synergy between the Song of the Siren and the Mirana arrow, but we saw it up there, and it worked very nicely.
Yeah, they just threw an arrow while the Song of the Siren was being turned off, and Era wasn't able to escape on that Storm Spirit. I think for the offlaners, I think the upper hand goes to Fnatic because they have a Weaver that is 31 for 5. So that Mirana, even though he has died once, Mirana is 7 for 1. And she has 1 kill, but she's 5 and 1/4 of level to level 6. She's level 5, so we have Weaver on almost level 7 here. So he's farming almost freely against this gyrocopter. I mean, Eternal Envy is right next to his tower. Now he's managed to get out of the tower, but he has no support. And he knows that he hasn't got the upper hand if he has no support or sentry wards at the same time. So the moment that Trixie died there is because they knew that Trixie was solo. They knew that there was no Abaddon down there to support him. They saw him in the mid lane, so they took the opportunity to kill Trixie, and that's why he died. But if he hadn't died there, he would be in a much greater shape than Bone 7 is on that Mirana.
Yep. No, you're exactly right, and if you look at that net worth chart, Weaver is ahead of Mirana by a nice 800 gold or so as we hit the 9.5-minute mark in this third match of the day. So you're exactly right, Weaver is getting the better of the farm, and if you compare those offlaners, he has been making it happen. Bone 7 moving around, though, the Mirana now into the Radiant jungle. It looks like they wanted to set something up in the mid lane, but No Tail not going to fall for it as he does retreat back between the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 towers there in the mid lane. Down in the bottom, though, Weaver may find himself in a bit of a sticky wicket as Pylai die and Bone 7 are inbound. There is no sentry down at the moment. Are there sentries in the inventories? No, there are not, unless Enchantress has one, and indeed she doesn't. They're in the bank, but not on her person. So they're going to roam down to the bottom lane. Trixie going to head to the side shop, going to be able to right-click on those power treads, and then Trixie is going to head back to the tower. As is there any sight for our dire side on here? Indeed there is. So Trixie had vision. They have a ward right inside the jungle there, giving vision of the bottom rune as well. So Trixie knew that gank was coming and able to make it out just fine. Actually, a counter ward coming out from Fnatic down bottom as well, and that's going to clear out the lane ward from Kaipi, and that will help Trixie out just a little bit as he continues to farm down.
Yeah, they're really counting on those arrows from Bone 7, man. And
in the mid
and
lane.
the net and the arrow, that's really important here.
Yep, net and the arrow. Oh, No Tail gonna get caught. He got hit by an ensnare, then a torrent, and then an arrow to the face. Not much No Tail could do right there. He was crowd controlled till the bitter end, and he did go down. So now we have Team Kaipi leading 4-1 here in hero kills. 11 minutes in to this match between Kaipi and Fnatic. Fnatic, though, going to be able to get a bit of recovery in the top lane as Era does take out the Tier 1 tower on that Storm Spirit. So that is great news for him. And if we take a look at the gold graph, it's jumping all over the place. But Fnatic going to come out slightly ahead, leading by just about 100 gold now, thanks to the team gold from that tower. So we do have an even match on our hands, and it's going to jump even more. Now Fnatic leading by just about 1,000. First big item has been picked up, though. The Mechanism now going to be in the hands of No Tail and the Outworld Devourer. We've seen that build quite often. He needs the survivability to be able to sustain himself in the mid-game. Up in the top now, Storm Spirit going to get caught. Same story, different chapter. As Naga Siren comes in with the Song of the Siren to initiate, followed up by an arrow from Bone 7. And, well, Era going to fall again. Not much he could do there. The crowd control from Kaipi has been phenomenal so far in this match. If they can keep it up and continue to take an edge, they'll be in good shape to transition into the mid-game.
Yeah, this ensnare, man. If you ensnare somebody that can't really jump around, like a Storm Spirit, I think Storm Spirit can use his Ball Lightning even if he is ensnared, but
yes.
If you ensnare someone, he is just prone to get arrowed the second after. And Bone 7 could just throw out an arrow right down the middle on top of No Tail, but he really wanted to secure that kill, so he jumped really closely, so he's able to land that arrow so easily. Yep. And that's really devastating here in this laning phase for them, because they're roaming with two heroes that are really so scary right now. They have Aoi that's rotating with them with this impetus, with the damage that they can't provide early on. So if they usually you won't be able to kill anyone with just ensnare and the arrow, because it's so early in the game and you don't have damage output. But if you have an Enchantress with impetus, man, that changes the story. Yeah,
absolutely right. It certainly does. Other items that have been picked up here, we talked about the mech on the Outworld Devourer, and that's one of the first big item pickups we've seen. Gyrocopter going to be able to grab his Tranquil Boots, also going to move into a Drum of Endurance to go with his Ring of Aquila. Furthermore, on the Radiant side, Kunkka now, he does have those phase boots complete. Also a bracer to go with his bottle and magic stick. And even Naga Siren now getting those early assists are going to help her out. She's going to grab early arcane boots here as she continues to harass. Actually going to be able to pick up a little bit of solo farm in the top lane. So now Pylai Dai is sitting level 8 as more lane rotating goes about. Bone 7 is down in the bottom lane with his good buddy Eternal Envy, and they're eager to try and make something happen on either Trixie or Hani on the Abaddon. As Hani now level 4 is trying to support Trixie as best he can on the level 8 Weaver, and not going to find the opportunity, so Bone 7 going to head back through the Radiant jungle and very well may rotate to the mid lane to try to find something else happen on No Tail. So we've got a pretty standard opener here in this match. No crazy items picked up as of yet. Storm Spirit does have those arcane boots and also has his first Perseverance, or he does have Perseverance complete, so working towards an early Bloodstone, I would imagine. Similarly, Trixie here does have his Ring of Health and is about 50 gold away from the Voidstone, so going to be getting an early Perseverance himself on that now level 9 Weaver.
Well, Fly on that Visage has managed to place his familiars on the Radiant stack of Ancients. So they know that there is a stack there, so that's a triple stack if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I believe
and,
so.
The familiars are there just to secure that No Tail is not ganked again like he was already ganked before that. So if the familiars are there and he sees that he's being engaged, the familiars can go right in and just stun everybody and give No Tail some hope of survival. So he's been really micromanaging those really well. That he just pulled them out from there. But yeah, he's been there and he just spotted the rune, the top rune, regeneration rune, which I think No Tail picked up. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, he picked it up. And yeah, Kunkka on that, 16 on that Kunkka is going to be able to be ball crawling this whole game, and he just managed to pick up a Claymore. So he's going for the Shadow Blade build, which I was almost certain that he was going. Pressure bottom tower.
Yep, exactly right. No surprise to see the Claymore coming into the inventory of Kunkka. He's also got those phase boots as well as a bracer for good measure to go with that bottle and magic stick. Hey, you're right, they are going to group up. All 5 of Kaipi going to be in the bottom lane here at the 15-minute mark. They're leading 5-1, and they want to take a tower lead. Right now they're trailing by 1 tower. Only 1 tower has gone down, and that is the Radiant Tier 1 in the top lane that Era was able to pressure. So now Kaipi going to be in this bottom lane. There is a glyph available for Fnatic. The boat going to come in. Trixie going to be able to dodge it with that Shikuchi at the last minute. So trying to use that chain CC again, but this time they will survive. Naga Siren going to use the ulti as Kaipi tries to retreat. It's now a 5v5 down here in the bottom lane. The Song of the Siren will allow everyone from Kaipi to survive, no problem, as they head back to their Tier 1 tower and they prepare to defend, as it looks like Fnatic is eager to get a bit of counter pressure action. Kaipi, though, going to eat a smoke. All 5 of them going to move into the Radiant jungle. They're going to move behind the creep hole here, and they're going to come around the backside. We'll see Gyrocopter grab something off the courier. It's going to be an Ogre Club to go with that Drum of Endurance. So the Tier 1 tower completely undefended. Fnatic seems committed to taking it out. There is a ward down in the jungle here, and it's a Radiant ward, so they know if Fnatic moves into the jungle, they've got the trap ready, and they're going to jump on him. And here we go. There's the call down. The Ghost Ship, the Torrent, Kaipi, they're going to clean them up. They get 3 kills before the fight even starts. Weaver going to be able to make it away, and Storm Spirit going to be able to Ball of Lightning away with just about 300 hit points. Kaipi lining it up perfectly. The call down, the Torrent, and the Ghost Ship all landing at just about the same time. That's enough to obliterate the Abaddon, Outworld Devourer, and Visage of Team Fnatic.
Yeah, usually when you want to land a boat, you usually start up with a torrent, and that's what they did right before when they engaged behind that Tier 1 tower from the Radiant on the bottom, for the Dire on the bottom. So and that's why Trixie was able to move away, because he knew that he was going for there was a boat coming his way after he was hit by the torrent. This time around, he just they didn't use the torrent, so they were able to surprise everyone with that boat, and it was really great play by Kaipi. I mean, you can see that they have a really great team fight presence. So they have a Mirana with an ultimate that can make them invisible to disengage. They can have the Naga Siren song to disengage again. So you use the Song of the Siren to disengage, then you use the Mirana's ultimate. If there is a Storm Spirit on the field, he won't be able to catch you. Even if he's able to bolt lightning into everyone after the Song and Siren, he won't be able to see you because of the Mirana's ultimate. So, and there's Gyrocopter with his cooldown. So there's so much AoE in this Kaipi lineup, and there's so much damage, single hero damage. So there's a lot of AoE and there's a lot of single target damage. So really great team fight there for Kaipi.
Yeah, that was an awesome team fight to see. Kaipi still trailing by just about 750 gold. It was a tier 1 for tier 1 tower exchange in the bottom. Tower count still sits in the Fnatic favor, 2-1 here. Fnatic, though, going to move into a Roche attempt. Roche falling pretty quickly here at about the 19-minute mark, down to about 2,000 hit points. There's no vision for the Radiant side. If they know it, they don't care. They're going to pressure the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Roche going to fall, completely uncontested. No, the Radiant going to get the last hit. What did it? Oh my gosh. So the Radiant going to get the last hit on Roche. And
It was Zawi with his creep. He managed to go there with the Satire, and he went there, he scouted them, he managed to land the last hit for them.
Wow. Wow. So, all right, Kaipi going to get the last hit on Roche. And so the Aegis technically going to get snatched there for Storm Spirit. So we'll end up in the inventory of Era. Era has now completed his Bloodstone. He's went back down to the Grey Boots, has the Ring of Basilius, but he's got that important Aegis as well. While that was happening, Kaipi trying to pressure that tier 1 in the mid lane. And they do just bump it a little bit here as all 5 of Kaipi in the mid lane. Looks like they're about ready to defend this tier 1 in the mid as Fnatic grouping up as well. We could see yet another 5v5 onslaught occur in the mid lane. Unbelievable plays from Aoi 2000 on that Enchantress. Wow, did not see that one coming whatsoever.
I was just hoping that would happen. I was just watching the game and I was like, dude, is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it. Yes, he did it. He managed to do it, and that was awesome. Aoi 2000, man.
Aoi 2000. So here we go. Here's the initiation. Era gonna hop in. He's gonna grab Sing Sing on the Kuka. Nanga Siren gonna use the ulti. Mirana ult gonna be burned as well. Now Era gonna be in an odd position. He's gonna be able to Ball of Lightning right away. Trixie off to the side. He's gonna be able to retreat as well. This fight's gonna reset. Both sides with 5 still alive and everyone in the green health. We still have all 5 on both sides grouped up about the mid, with the only outlier being Trixie. He's in the Radiant jungle looking for an opportunity to come up behind the likes of Kaipi in this upcoming team fight. Here's the reinitiation. Era gonna go in. He's gonna catch Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter gonna use that newly found BKB. The Ghost Ship gonna go in. It'll connect with No Tail, but no one else. And the fight continues to ensue. Still no one dead. Gyrocopter dangerously low, but he does make it back to the tier 2 tower on the Radiant side. They're in hot pursuit still. Pylai dying, a little bit of trouble. He's gonna micro through the trees. He's gonna make it back to the tier 2 tower. Era gonna dive him. He's taking tower shots. Bone 7 trying to finish him off. The Vortex. The tower may do it for him. Era getting dangerously low, and down he goes. The tower going to finish him off, and now we're going to see the call down come. Going to do a little bit of damage to Fnatic, and that will only burn the Aegis of Era right there. So Naga Siren going down in exchange for it. Era diving to tier 3 now. He's going to finish off Aoi 2000. He's taking a lot of tower shots from that tier 3. The rest of his team coming to catch up. Hani trying to support him. Gonna throw him a death coil for some heals. There you go, good buddy. Fnatic still with all 5 still alive. I know, what a fight indeed. Outworld Devourer gonna use the mech. The Ghost Ship gonna come in. It's gonna connect with Abaddon this time as Kaipi desperately trying to keep their tier 2 tower in the mid alive. It is indeed, they lost that tier 1. The tier 2 down to about 1,000 hit points as this fight still continues to proceed. Trixie now, the target by Kaipi. He's gonna get caught in an ensnare, but he will survive. Holy crap, that was a layer of chaos here at the 22-minute mark. 8-4. We see Kaipi leading in hero kills, but they're now trailing by about 1,000 gold. Even experience right now. This match is really heating up.
Awesome players, awesome team fights there, man. That team fight was really clutch play by Outworld Devour. That was No Tail, yeah. No Tail just wasn't. He was spawning on someone while the Fnatic team was focusing someone. I think that was they were focusing the Gyrocopter. Yeah. They're focusing the Eternal Wave. They really wanted to bring him down there, but he had a BKB, so he was kind of hard to be focused. And that moment, Pylai Dai came around the corner of those trees on the middle lane, of the Radiant side where the tier 1 used to be. So he came around the corner and used an ensnare on the Outworld Devourer. The second that the ensnare went, the ensnare was even the net was even in the air. That moment, Outworld Devourer just astral imprisoned No Tail. So No Tail had only, Pylai Dai. So Pylai Dai had only like 1 second of vision there, of his body was only 1 second revealed there, and he got absolutely imprisoned right away.
Yep. Yeah, it was a pretty chaotic team fight indeed. I said, oh, I thought Trixie was going to get picked off in the bottom lane, but he does survive. Sing Sing doing some damage here. Some items have been picked up as both sides did grab a couple of spoils after that chaotic team fight. Sing Sing now has that Shadow Blade to go with those phase boots and bracers, so he's going to start harassing Trixie a little bit. I'm going to use the X marks the spot torrent combo. Going to connect with a few more Tidebringers. Trixie just going to pour it out. Whoa! Trixie going to fall as Sing Sing gets one more Tidebringer, and that's enough to finish off Trixie, who was hiding in the trees. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see another initiation ensuing. The rest of Kaipi, all four, are going to go in on Hani and Era. They're going to throw an ensnare onto Hani. Era going to get caught. He's going to disengage, come back in. Now Pylai Die going to be the victim of that ball lightning. Storm Spirit up to 12 charges on that Bloodstone. His farm is where he wants it to be, and he is damn tanky. He's now picked up the Power Treads as well as the Ogre Club to go with those other beginning items that Era picked up.
Dude,
so
Era has been playing like a beast. Like, he was, on the Storm Spirit, he was X-marked the spot for about 4 or 5 times this game, and he hasn't been X-marked the spot back to the place where he was. None of those five times. So he was able to ball lightning away the moment that the X mark the spot is supposed to be landing. So he was able to ball lightning away, and right now we could see that he was being focused with a homing missile by Eternal Navy on the gyrocopter, and he was sort of backing away, but then he double backed and he ball lightning into the rocket, and he was able to dodge that rocket and pull Pylai down back with the electric vortex, and just kill. He was playing so well, man.
Yeah, Era really is, and this is where Storm Spirit starts to get a little bit scary. I mentioned he's had the Bloodstone for a while, 12 charges, that regeneration is off the charts, and with that Ogre Club, I think he's going to be moving towards that BKB, and that's when Storm Spirit really starts to get scary. He's already got that mana pool at about 1200, where he can just cruise around, use that ball of lightning at his own whimsy, and we'll just see him continue to be a driving force in this match. Other items that have been picked up, no tail on that Outworld Devourer, going to be able to grab a Force Staff to go with his mech Power Treads and Null Talisman. Weaver now doing a slightly different build from what we're used to. He's going to go for a more tank-oriented build. Does have Power Treads, a Vitality Booster, and a Hood of Defiance. So Weaver may be going for a pipe here. I'll be curious to see where that Vitality Booster goes. Obviously a bit different from that Lincoln Sphere first build that we're used to seeing. Medallion of Courage also grabbed by that Visage, assisting in that early Roche kill that Fnatic was able to grab.
Yeah, he's probably going just for a Vanguard route. So he's going for a Hood of Defiance and a Vanguard. He's seen that a lot of the team fight that's happening, there's a lot of AoE damage, so he needs to survive a lot. So he needs to survive a physical damage and magical damage at the same time. So probably he's going for the Vanguard. I'm not censoring him. I know that... he's probably going for a hard here. He has 1200 gold. If he wanted the Vanguard, he would already bought that.
Yep.
So he's going for a hard, straight hard. He knows that he's one of the focal points on the team fights because everyone just buying sentries and trying to focus him down. So Trixie, if he manages to clear some space for Era and OD to kill and wreak havoc, he's gonna do it. He's such an elusive hero with the Shukuchi, so he's able to play his part. He just needs to create some space for the rest of the Fnatic to clean up.
Yep. Exactly right. Exactly right. So I think indeed Weaver will be going for that hard item pickups on the Radiant side. We've got Gyrocopter with that BKB. I think we mentioned that in the last fight there. He's still got the Drum of Endurance, Ring of Aquila, and his Tranquil Boots. Enchantress, though, has made her first big item pickup of the game. Aoi 2000 going to get that Ognim Scepter. So Impetus going to be that much more effective here to go with those Power Treads and a little bit of support items. He's got some of the inventory of Smoke and Deceit, as well as another... as well as one Sentry Ward, pardon me. Roche going to be up here in just about 2 minutes, so very well could be the focal point of this match. Coming up in just a few moments here. 27 minutes into our last game of the day. 9-5, Kaipi ahead of Fnatic by just about 4 kills, but the charts show a slightly different story. Right now, Fnatic ahead by 1750 gold and by a small experience lead, but really not much. In the bottom lane, Mirana going to be in a little bit of trouble. Bone7 going to be able to leap into a safe spot. Era going to run out of mana, won't be able to clear the trees, and that will be a safe and sound Mirana as he makes it back to the base. The rest of Fnatic all smoked up in the jungle, ready to come in to try to make it rain all over that Mirana, but not going to find the opportunity. Era now has also completed his Black King bar and picked up some Dust of Appearance, so of course anticipating that Mirana ulti being used in the next team fight, they are ready and waiting to try and handle it. Sing Sing now has grabbed a Drum of Endurance to go with the Shadow Blade and Phase Boots. An interesting choice. I wouldn't have thought he'd grab that after the Shadow Blade, but we'll see. Kunkka now starting to hit hard. He hits for somewhere around 160 in auto attack, so that Tidebringer already starting to be an irritant in these team fights. We're going to see Kaipi group up and pressure this top tier 1 tower for Fnatic, and meanwhile Fnatic going to group up about the bot lane, and I think they're going to try and pressure this tier 2. Kaipi going to have an opportunity here to take this tier 1, and then they can port back for defense, or they can just continue pressuring here. They are going to burn the glyph. 4 heroes of Fnatic down in the bottom lane. The only one missing is Trixie on that Weaver, who's farming in the mid lane all the while. And no, Kaipi not going to port down for a defense. It doesn't look like. The tower getting dangerously low. 100 hit points to spare, and down it goes. Kaipi loses their first tier 2 tower of the match. That's going to take the tower count 4-2 here in favor of Fnatic. So there you have it. Fnatic going to back on up, as will Kaipi.
Yeah, Kaipi was just looking for a trade there, tier 2 for tier 1. The best that they could do in that situation was just to trade there, because they were trying to dodge fights. They saw that they don't have as elusive heroes as Fnatic has. They have a more straightforward lineup. Even with that Mirana ultimate, that's not going to be probably enough. So we should be probably seeing some engagement here with the Naga Siren, Song of the Siren, into a call down, into a boat, probably. But yeah, Fnatic are better at picking up random people off the map, and they're gonna move for Roshan. Second incontested Roshan for them.
Yep.
I mean, the first one was last hitted by Chain Creep, so
yeah, so sort of contested.
Enchanted Creep, yeah. So.
No, you're exactly right here. Roche going to fall, and that will be an Aegis for Era. So he's got another 2,500 in the bank, and Era going to be able to come back to life in this next team fight. Whoa, sorry about that as we scroll about the map. So you're exactly right. Fnatic getting stronger and stronger here, and I thought I saw another big item picked up, but perhaps not. Oh, I wanted to mention, someone in chat pointing out the build that Trixie's doing here. Indeed, he grabs that early Vitality Booster and Hood of Defiance, and then just tends to transition into more damage-oriented items. He does have the double Mithril Hammer in the bank. So I'm guessing that's going to turn into a Desolator. And
for sure. That's a Desolator, and he's probably going to transition into a heart later on, so...
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Trixie going some early defensive items and then transition into the carry. So here we have Naga Siren going to initiate with the ulti. Era going to be the only one caught. The arrow going to come. Whoa, he's going to get the BKB off before the arrow can connect. Very nicely done by both sides. Good initiation by Pylai Dai, but even better by Era to get that BKB off in time to avoid getting stunned. Compliments of the Mirana arrow. So there you have it. Era going to be able to survive with a quick click of the BKB. Trixie in the top lane, the level 15 Weaver now is going to be able to finish up his Desolator, and now Trixie will go from bitch to bull, to use a profanity there. He is going to get scary. That Desolator makes him a force to be reckoned with, and now, of course, that -7 armor on each auto attack. Well, going to make him scary in this upcoming team fight. It looks like Fnatic is itching for some action, as they do have 4 grouped up about the mid lane, and there it is. Era was solo in the bottom. He ports that mid tier 1 tower, the last remaining tier 1 tower in the match, in fact, and Fnatic going to group up about the mid. A stray ghost ship going to come. It will connect with Era, but he is pretty tanky. He didn't seem to mind too much. Going to get a death coil from Hani, and he'll be just fine. So it looks like Fnatic, they want this tier 2 tower in the mid lane from Kaipi.
Yeah, and Kaipi are going to concede that tier 2. Then they know that they can't fight without Song of the Siren up. They probably are not going to be forced to defend the tier 3. Oh yeah, they are probably. I'm not sure. They're just lingering around here, the tier 3, and but Trixie's providing a lot of damage with that Desolator on the tier 3 tower.
Yep, he really is. This tier 3 tower dropping very quickly. There's no glyph up for our Radiant side right now. Right now, Kaipi's outnumbered. They've got Aoi 2000 in the top lane, at least looking for some counter pressure, but they're going to lose a tier 3 tower here in the mid. Down it goes. Weaver going to grab that last hit. The Desolator couldn't have come at a better time. Aoi 2000 going to port back. And that may be a disengage here. I think Fnatic may be happy with their spoils, and that may be their cue to get the hell out of there. One of the familiar is going to fall, and the other one going to survive with just a couple of hit points left as Visage tries to micro them backwards. Fnatic, I don't know, they're looking a little aggressive here. It feels like they want to do it, but just haven't found that opportunity. There it is, Sing Sing going to catch... X marks the spot. Torrent onto Trixie. Era going to go in. There's the Song of the Siren. They could have taken out the Gyrocopter, but it's not going to happen. Era stuck in the front lines. Kaipi with an opportunity to initiate here. They're not going to take it. They're just going to back up into the base, and then chaos will ensue. Fnatic seems to be winning thus far. BKB is going to be dropped. The Ghost Ship comes out, but doesn't do too much damage. Era diving deep. He's hopping all over the place, and that ball lightning by Kunkka. Going to grab a double kill here as he finishes off the Abaddon and the Visage. Era in a little bit of trouble. Era may very well fall here indeed. He goes down. The Aegis going to be burned, and Fnatic going to be forced back right as he pops back up. Going to eat a big arrow to the face. Going to take a Torrent. He's actually going to get Astral imprisoned in the air as he comes back down with 50% hit points to spare. Pylai Die now going to get initiated on. Pylai Die going to fall. Weaver going to sacrifice himself to secure that kill. Now Fnatic up against the ropes. They need to run. Era with low health and low mana. No Tail with plenty of each, but he's up against the ropes as well. Era going to be able to make it back to the base. Is that Impetus going to follow him all the way back there? Because if so, that's going to hurt. No, maybe not. Looks
no,
like
it is gonna follow. It is gonna follow, but it's not gonna. It has a max for mana.
Oh, it has a max. I was gonna say, oh, that could be a kill from the well. That could be cool. Nope, that's not a possibility. So, Kaipi with the defense here. I think Fnatic may have gotten a bit too excited. They could have just pushed the racks where there was no glyph available. Instead, they dove into those tier 4s, taking a bit of extra damage. And Kaipi holds. We're now seeing the hero score 12-6. 34 minutes into our third match of the day here for Starladder Season 7, Day 10 on Dota Radio. Looking at the gold difference here, Fnatic leading by just about 7,500 gold and about 2,500 experience. So Fnatic still kind of in control of this game despite having the hero kill disadvantage. They, of course, do have the tower kill advantage, leading... what is it now? 6-2 as they've taken out that tier 3 tower in the mid lane. Only one tier 2 tower remains for Team Kaipi, and that is indeed in the top.
Yeah, it's 7-2 actually. Oh no, it's 6 because they have the tier 2 on top. Yeah. The thing is, they actually would have been really great, Fnatic, if they had any detection. But Mirana used her ultimate, and they were forced to fight on the tier 4s from the Radiant side, and they didn't have any detection here for the Mirana ultimate. They brought down really quickly a lot of the heroes, but as the Mirana ultimate kicked in, they couldn't really finish the job. So that was the biggest issue here for Fnatic, and we could see that Storm Spirit here has managed to pick up again this of appearance on top of his ultimate orb. So he has had enough of those Mirana shenanigans, man.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm looking at the Radiant side for items. We see a couple big ones picked up. And
arrow to the Era.
Yep. Oh, yep. Era going to get caught by an arrow, and down he goes. Kaipi going to be able to grab a kill between the tier 1 and tier 2 in the top lane for Fnatic. And there you go, Kunkka going to be the one to grab that last hit. But I did want to mention Gyrocopter here, Eternal Envy, is going to pick up a Monkey King Bar to go with that BKB as well as the Tranquil Boot. So getting a lot of damage output early on here. Mirana also with an interesting choice, going to go ahead and grab a Maelstrom. So Maelstrom going to come out to go with the Double Bracer and Power Tread combo that Mirana has right now. I think this is the first time I've seen a Maelstrom in quite some while. Certainly the first time here for Starladder Season 7. I know a very high DPS item, but one that provides no other utility other than that AoE Chain Lightning proc. So an interesting choice from Mirana. I'm going to go ahead and grab the point booster here coming up next to get a little bit of extra survivability and mana pool.
Yeah. The thing is with the Maelstrom, I usually build my Mirana with a Maelstrom too. That's one of the things that you need on Mirana because she's so low damage output that you really actually need that damage that comes from the Maelstrom. And she's going for a point booster. So what is she building into? A point booster. She's going for an Eye of Skadi for survivability. She can't go for an Aghanim Scepter. It doesn't work on Mirana's ultimate.
That is interesting. Is that the only other option with the point booster?
No, you can go into a Bloodstone or an Eye of Skadi. Yep. So probably she's just buying a casual point booster for some survivability on these fights that are going to happen, and just transition into a Skadi probably.
Yep, it makes sense. It's the only thing I can figure. I don't see her getting a Bloodstone.
And as I'm saying this, I'm getting the information that I gotta go. So I really hope this game goes. I don't know. I really like both teams. So Fnatic is having some trouble team fighting, but I'm sure that they can pick it up and make it some more interesting.
Yep. All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure. Take care. Hopefully, we'll catch you tomorrow, and I will go on here with the solo casting.
The pleasure was all mine, man.
Awesome to hear. All right, take care. So, folks, here we are. We are now 38 minutes into our last game of the day, Game 3 of 3 here at Day 10 of Starladder Season 7. I'm Zyori, now slated to solo cast the rest of the match here on Dota Radio. Thank you so much for joining us for this epic, cataclysmic matchup between Team Kaipi on our Radiant side and Team Fnatic on our Dire side. Right now, Fnatic is trailing by 7 kills, 6-13, but they do still have map control. They've still got that gold lead, around 5,000 gold or so, and they do have that Tier 3 down in the mid lane, so they will have an option to push this exposed Rax should that come about. I have a feeling here they're going to be waiting for Roche. The third Roche opportunity will be respawning here in just about 2.5 minutes, so that could be what Fnatic is waiting for here before they want to move in and deliver a crushing blow to their opponents here. Looking at more of the inventories, there have been other interesting items picked up. Here on our Dire side, some huge item pickups as we now see 2 Scythe of Vices grabbed. That's right, folks. 2 Sheep Sticks, 1 on Era on that Storm Spirit to go with his Bloodstone and Black King Bar, and 1 on the No-Tail, who's already got his Push Stick as well as his Mechanism. He's now got a double damage as well. They were hoping Roche would spawn in time to utilize that double damage, but it's not going to happen. And a smoke going to be used by Fnatic here as Trixie gets caught in the bottom lane. He kind of gets gangbanged by Kaipi. And the rest of Fnatic, they were going to smoke up to come save their buddy, but I think they're just going to smoke here and go into Roche. Other item picked ups. Interesting, we didn't notice this before, or at least we didn't mention it, but on the Abaddon, pardon me, Hani has actually picked up a Blink Dagger. He's sitting on gray boots, 2 sets of bracers, and a Blink Dagger. An item choice that is very interesting for Abaddon. We don't see Abaddon as an initiator too often, but we'll give him a bit more mobility in these upcoming team fights. We did talk about some Radiant items right before APOC left, and a Daedalus has now been picked up on Sing Sing, on the Kuka. And we're going to hold that thought as chaos will ensue. Era going to use that BKB. It's going to mitigate the Naga Siren ulti. That means he is going to be the target of choice. However, they're trying to focus him down. We see the Gyrocopter coming in, trying to do some damage. He's going to get repelled. The Ghost Ship comes. It connects with quite a few. Outworld Devourer falls. Visage falls as well. And now Kaipi looks like they might be able to take this fight. They take out the Storm Spirit. Are they going to be able to grab another kill onto the Abaddon? No, they don't. Only Abaddon as well as the Weaver left alive. A lot of low health heroes here on the side of the Radiant. Most of them in the red as they're going to be forced to head back to the base. They get a couple of kills on those familiars, but Fnatic not finding the exchange that they want. Beautiful work by Kaipi. The fast footwork in that team fight allowed them to back up, slowly microing behind one another, and they all survived despite being very low hit points. I would suspect that Fnatic probably put out more damage in that fight but Kaipi, except it just wasn't as focused on that same amount of heroes as Weaver and Abaddon did walk away with just about full health. Let's take a look at the gold graph now, and it should be leveled out just a little bit more. Nope, maybe not. Kaipi now leading 17-6 here as we approach that 40-minute mark, and they're trailing by just about 3,000 gold behind Fnatic, but that gap is quickly closing. Kaipi now leading by about 5,000 experience, making a big difference right here. We see Enchantress using a Hellbear Smasher to come in and scout out the Roshan, and now Trixie going to move in here, as will No-Tail on the Outworld Devourer. The third Roche of the game is up, and he is being contested by Fnatic right now. It looks like Kaipi, of course, they know it. They've got a ward down on the bottom rune side of the river. They're going to shoot an arrow in as well. That will give them visual confirmation that Roche is underway and what health he's at. He's sitting around 3.6k out of 11k hit points. He's going to be microed out of the pit, and we'll see who can do it. Mirana ulti going to be used here. They're all invisible. No sentries down, and that will be enough to scare away the likes of Fnatic. They're going to back out of the pit. Now Kaipi may have an opportunity to move in. They need to be very cautious, though. All 5 of them in the Roche pit is going to be a field day for that Outworld Devourer, who will be looking for a level 3 Sanity's Eclipse. Important to note, it is still on cooldown for another 40 seconds here, and he is now level 16, so not having that ulti could be part of a problem. It could be a problem for Fnatic coming up in this fight. Roche now going to be engaged by Internal Envy. On the gyrocopter, he's got the Helm of the Dominator, the Reaver, the Black King bar, and the Monkey King bar. So he is all tricked out in those items. He's going to start taking some damage. The fight going to ensue. Era going to pop in, pretending he's going to pretending they're going to engage as he hops back out. Song of the Siren going to be used. Going to catch No Tail and Trixie. The boat going to come. It's going to connect with Hani. It's going to connect with No Tail. Kuka going to grab that kill on the Outworld Devourer. Roche still up. They're outside of the pit. They're headed towards the Dire Tier 1 tower. Now Era going to hop back in. He's Ball of Lightning-ing all over the place. He's trying to do what he can to help his good buddies, but it's not going to be enough. Weaver going to fall to the wrath of Sing Sing. This Kuka is getting scary. He's going to dive the Tier 1 tower. He's going to pay the ultimate price, but he will secure the kill onto Era. Now we're going to see a buyback straight away from the Kuka. Eternal Envy needs to be careful, taking some tower shots here. Abaddon going to hop in, trying to finish him off. Going to Death Coil Bone 7. Bone 7 going toe-to-toe with the tower. Will get the last hit and will survive. Eternal Envy going to be able to turn it around on the Abaddon as he falls. Only one person alive for Fnatic right now, and that is Fly on the Visage. Everyone else is in the grave. That was a 1-for-4 exchange. Now 21-7, 43 minutes in. Kaipi going to be able to take a now uncontested Roche kill. They're going to thank Fnatic for softening him up, and they're going to be able to grab their spoils. Aegis of the Immortal going to end up in the inventory of the Gyrocopter, and the Cheese going to end up in the inventory of the Enchantress. That's right, folks, on the inventory of Aoi 2000. Kaipi now in great form. They're breaking even in gold really for the first time. They're going to have an opportunity to pull ahead in gold farm in this match. Now leading by about 10,000 experience. Still trailing in towers, however. They've got all their one outer tower remaining. They've got 6 towers down total and only killed 3 themselves. So Fnatic still leading in, in the tower count by a large margin. And that really tells the story as to why the gold graph is even, despite Fnatic being behind 7-21 here at the 44-minute mark. So as someone says in Twitch chat here, Fnatic done goofed. That's a good way to describe that team fight about the pit. Kaipi with just superior damage output right there. Bone 7 playing with fire, as he did go toe-to-toe with the tower and did survive in the end. Now Mirana going to grab an Orb of Venom in the bank, so that means indeed the Eye of Scotty, however you want to say it, it's going to be coming out on the Mirana before too long here. Still sitting on the Maelstrom, Point Booster, Bracer, and set of Power Treads. Let's see other items that were picked up post that fight. Gyrocopter now going to be able to finish that Satanic. He did have the Reaver as well as the Helm of the Dominator in that last fight, but now going to have the Satanic to go with the Monkey King bar, the Black King bar, the Drum of Endurance, as well as the Phase Boots. We can't forget about that Aegis of the Immortal also making way in his inventory. Kuka continuing to be a scary force here. As I mentioned, he's got the Daedalus, another 1,700 in the bank. His crits are starting to hurt. He's going to throw a boat in the middle. It's going to connect with Trixie, but no follow-up going to come. And everyone on Fnatic will survive. So right now, Kaipi looking for opportunities to pick up kills, but they're not getting hyper-aggressive. We've got all 5 from Kaipi right around where that Tier 1 tower would be on the Dire side of the middle lane, and they're just going to push up. It looks like they want to get their first Tier 2 tower of the game in this mid lane, and yeah, they're just going to press up. No glyph available for Fnatic right now. It's going to be down for another 2 minutes or so, so they're going to be forced to watch their Tier 2 in the mid lane die, and we'll see what Kaipi does here. They may have an opportunity to engage. Both sides may find that opportunity as well. Whenever you have a Storm Spirit, of course, he can hop in and out just as he did there with that Ball Lightning. Oh, how irritating that is. We're going to see Team Kaipi here, though, pardon me, rotate to the bottom lane. A stray arrow going to go into the trees here. They're going to scout him out. No Tail on the Outworld Devourer trying to port back. Pylai Die going to catch him with the Song of the Siren. Whoa, Sanity's Eclipse going to come out. That's going to catch Sing Sing, Pylai Die, as well as Eternal Envy on the Gyrocopter. The BKB is going to come out. Kuka going to be able to grab a double kill on the Visage and the Outworld Devourer with a nice Tidebringer, and the Storm Spirit going to fall as well. That's going to make it a 3 for nil. Weaver in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be able to Shikuchi away through the secret shop on the Dire side of the map, but that's another 3 for nil exchange. And now Kaipi going to be able to pressure this Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. That's going to level out this tower count a little bit here. After this tower falls, that's going to take the tower count from 5 to 6. Still in favor of Fnatic, but they are quickly falling behind right here. We see Kaipi now leading by 2,500 gold for the first time in this match, and they're going to clear this Tier 2 tower, furthering that lead here in just a moment. The experience lead now up around 14,000. And if we take a look at the level difference, we'll see it on the charts. And indeed we shall. level 20 Gyrocopter and level 20 Kunkka compared to the only singleton level 20 on the Dire side, which is Storm Spirit. And then there's that level 18 Weaver. Weaver going to get caught. He's going to get hit by an arrow as well as an X mark the spot, and he's going to fall right near the Dire shop. So that's really going to be a 4-for-0 exchange. When it's all said and done, we're going to glance at that gold graph again, and holy Toledo, she's skyrocketed up to just about 7,500 gold. Let's look at the buyback area here. 3 still dead for Fnatic. Another 15 seconds until OD comes up, 20 until the Storm Spirit, and another 50 until the Weaver. What do we have in the way of buybacks? Nothing on the OD, nothing on the Storm Spirit, and nothing on the Weaver. No, Weaver does have a buyback, but not going to burn it here. We're going to see that tier 3 tower in the mid lane fall. The mid lane of Rax fall for Fnatic as well, and down goes the ranged Rax. So now Fnatic in big trouble. The tower count going to be evened out at 6 apiece. 1 tier 2 remaining for each team, and 1 tier 3 tower down as well. But now Kaipi really ahead for the first time in this game. A huge margin here, probably going to jump up past that 10,000 gold mark in just a moment. And of course, securing that lane of Rax going to be absolutely huge for them. That was a bit of pure insanity right there. Nicely played by Kaipi. What started that off was the Naga Siren ulti to catch the Outworld Devourer reporting back. With less than a second to spare, he popped that ulti. The huge range interrupted him. They killed Outworld Devourer. Kunkka actually picked up a double kill with that Tidebringer, and then the rest is history. Kaipi just with the numbers advantage, able to bring it out on top. Also, Gyrocopter, a scary force. He was low thanks to the Sanity's Eclipse from the OD before he went down, but popped that Satanic. That healed him right back up to full. Popped the BKB, and he was a damage dealer all over again. Uh-oh, Kaipi going to move forward here. They're going to pressure into the tier 3 in the top lane. Outworld Devourer going to take an arrow to the face. He's going to get the Aphotic Shield. He will survive as he force staffs back. Pardon me. The boat going to be used by Sing Sing. Not going to connect, but it is going to box out Fnatic a little bit here. Era going to hop in. He's going to get sheeped right away. Era going to get dropped before the fight even starts. This is bad news for Fnatic. Weaver in trouble. Going to be forced to time-lapse back into the base. This top lane taking a lot of pressure here. Buyback from Era coming. Visage surviving with just a couple of hit points to spare as Naga sends some illusions into the well to further harass the likes of Fnatic on our Dire side. Here we see Team Kaipi backing up. They are going to retreat into the Radiant jungle, and I don't even know that they need to here. They've still got the Aegis of the Immortal in the inventory of the Gyrocopter. More big items are continuing to get picked up here. A Ghost Scepter now in the hands of the Naga Siren. A Mask of Madness now going to get grabbed on that Enchantress, who's also got the Scythe of Vice as well as the Aghanim Scepter to go with those power treads. Other big items that have been made are going to be on the Kunkka. He's got that Daedalus, he's had those Phase Boots and the Shadow Blade, but now he's going to add a Reaver. I imagine a Heart of Tarask will be the choice there once he chooses to upgrade that. Mirana going to be the one to make out with all those spoils, though. Now has the Eye of Skadi complete to go with the Maelstrom as well as the Power Tread. So even Bone 7, that off-lane Mirana, now starting to get a little more scary in this game as things are really starting to heat up. We're going to see an engage in the top. Whoa, a long-range arrow going to connect with Era amidst the creeps. A beautiful arrow right there, and that will almost finish him off. Outworld Devourer going to come in. He will put him to sleep in that Astral Imprisonment, and No Tail will play with his life. Down he goes, and that's it, folks. The GG well played. Fnatic say, hey, Outworld Devourer is down. He ain't got no buyback, and that's going to be the end of this match. Kaipi going to take out Fnatic 27-7 here in 50 minutes of gameplay. That's right, folks, 27-7. It feels like a stomp, but it truly wasn't. Fnatic was ahead for the majority of that game, with Kaipi pulling into the lead towards the very end after securing that third Roche kill as well as that mid lane of Rax. A great game by both sides, the hyped game for today, and we even got to see some interesting hero picked up. We got to see Kunkka solo mid against Outworld Devourer, and we learned that Kunkka works as an effective counter to that scary wannabe Obsidian Destroyer beast that owns the mid lane. No Tail gonna end 1-6-1 compared to Sing Sing on the Kunkka, ending 10-2-10. So that'll wrap it up for us today on Dota Radio, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here at Starladder Season 7, Day 10.